What's up guys, Art at GrimmSpeed, and I'm out in the shop with one of our windshield banners. We've been selling a ton of these things online and at events, so we thought we'd do a little bit of an install video for you. The fitment on these is 08 plus WRX and STI, although we've seen people put them on FXTs, BRZs, FRSs. We've got our shop 2017 STI right behind me, so myself and Cory are going to install this because two hands are always better than one, right?
As with any performance mod, the first step is to clean the area. For best adhesion, we suggest using just water.
Now that we've got the windshield all clean, we're just going to peel off the backing off of this. And while I'm doing that, being careful not to rip any of the letters on the way out, Cory can start squirting water all over the entire banner. The next step would be to wet the windshield. You don't really want to overdo this. A little moisture is enough. And then this is where having two people helping out comes into play, where you can lift up the banner and center it. You can use the mirror as a reference point. The center of that is going to fall right about a third or a quarter of the S here. So you'll see once we align it.
So once you have the banner adjusted pretty close to where you want it, you'll just want to make sure that you have coverage over the weather stripping on the top and the sides to make sure that the whole windshield is covered. You will have some on the top. That's just a little extra to make sure that when you cut, it covers the whole windshield.
One of the biggest mistakes we see people do when they put these banners on incorrectly is they don't overlap the top here, and then once they cut it, you end up having a gap where some of the windshield shows through. So just make sure it's overlapped and you're right at the corner edge of the windshield trim here. The next step is going to be to remove all the moisture underneath the banner, so we're going to use a squeegee like this. It's got a hard end and then a soft end. If you don't have one of these, then a credit card or business card in a pinch can be used, just like that.
You're going to want to start in the middle of the windshield banner and apply a medium amount of pressure and work your way outwards and downwards to squeegee all the water out from underneath it. Once you've gotten all the water out, you can then take the edge of the squeegee and crease the edge of the banner so that you know where to cut. So now that you have the edges creased on your banner, it's time to cut. You'll get the cleanest cuts from a very sharp blade.
One thing we're going to caution you with is to be careful, take your time on this. You don't want to cut the banner too short, and you don't want to cut into your weather stripping. So this is an STI, it's pretty straightforward. On some of the other Subarus, the weather stripping is a little bit more tricky, so again, just be careful with it.
So the next step is to remove the transfer paper. A quick tip is to wet the transfer paper. We find that it loosens up the adhesion on the actual vinyl itself and makes it a little easier to peel. This step can get tricky, so just be patient, take your time, and make sure nothing is peeling up.
At this point, you may see some bubbles in the banner. That's not a big deal. We have one final step, and that's to squeegee those out. There still could be a little bit of trapped moisture in there. That's where having a soft tip squeegee comes in. Otherwise, if you don't have that, we can do what Cory is doing and wrap your credit card or business card in a soft towel, and it does the same job for you. So as you squeegee out the individual bubbles, you'll see the banner starting to come together, and eventually we're gonna have one smooth windshield banner with no moisture in it, and it's gonna look pretty good. All right, we've got the GrimmSpeed Windshield Banner all installed, and it was a pretty easy installation. Hopefully it was for you too with our guidance. So a couple of tips: if you see any bubbles, moisture, or air, they're probably gonna disappear in about 24 hours as things sort of settle. Do you have any tips for them?
Yeah, refrain from using your windshield wipers for about 24 hours. The edge of the wiper itself can actually catch on the vinyl, and if it's not fully adhered, it might rip it, stretch it, etc., and you don't want to lose all that hard work.
No, and the same could be said for car washes. Just be careful for about 24 hours after you install the banner. So we want to thank you for putting this on your car. We have these for sale on our website, 20 bucks, shipped anywhere in the United States. That's kind of a thank you price to you guys. It's pretty much what it costs us to make it and ship it out. We just want to see our name on your Subarus. With that said, once you have it installed, post it up on Instagram, post it up on Facebook and YouTube, hashtag us, add us, and we'll be able to see you guys, and we will do random giveaways for GrimmSpeed swag. So the more that you post pictures, including that banner, including our hashtags, the better your chances are of winning something GrimmSpeed. And at the end of the day, we just want to see a bunch of Subarus out there with the GrimmSpeed name, because that's what makes us happy and excited to go to work every day, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks guys.